Well, let's see if this works. All right, guys, this is my last try. Is that better? I think I'm live. Hello. Tech is fun sometimes, and sometimes it's not. Today it's not. Ugh. The other chat was still up. It's telling me it's not even there. I tried to find it. It's not even showing it as being on YouTube. The second one I tried. What a pain in the tush. Tish, tish, tish. That's a good word. Tish. I have one. A tush. Tish, tish. Jeez, I didn't realize my hair looked so wonderful today. Another camera's blurry. Ugh. I hate it when chat goes sideways, upside down, around the corner, over the river, through the woods. No, I appealed the Amazon thing. So if it'll let me open that in a new window. Copy that one. Open link in a new tab. That's interesting. We shall see. Yeah, never gets to grandma's house. Exactly. Okay. You want to answer the numb question of the day for me? This is the one. When you use these things, do you use bumps up or bumps down? I always thought it was bumps up, but that seems kind of, I don't know. Which way? This way or this way? Seems like bumps up would distribute the heat better. Let's see if anybody came over this way. Anyway, I have no clue what I was talking about. I gave up on YouTube and just went to Zoom. I was like, forget this, let's just do it this way. I thought I would go through YouTube and make it easier, but you know, that wasn't supposed to happen. Hello, Deborah, how are you? I'm trying. I guess I have to use Zoom. And hopefully Zoom likes this Hue camera better than it liked the other one. I now have two. And Wayne has a third one. He ordered it from eBay. That's supposed to be here. A green one. Steph will like that since green's her favorite color. The one cool thing about being on Zoom is that I can use two different cameras. Google says bumps up. I don't know what that means, Colleen. Yeah, tech is definitely bumpy. Yeah, it does have great video, doesn't it, Colleen? I like that. Except it shows my hair in way more detail than I wanted. But that's okay. That's the worst thing that happens. We're doing good. I'm back, Sylvia. I had to go to Zoom, which blows my mind because usually Zoom is a problem. But yeah, I like it. I don't know if the other camera has a blurry lens or what the deal is on it. My iron rest, yep. Yeah, that's what I was asking. It's a silicone iron mat, and I'm never sure whether they're supposed to be used with the bumps up or the bumps down. Doesn't really, I don't know. Is it a brain thing? Is my brain just thinking too hard? Yeah, it came with my wool mat. And I don't know. I've never used it with the Panasonic because the Panasonic just goes right back into its rest. And this isn't plugged in. But this one is a corded iron. Bumps up. Okay. This one's corded and it gets way hotter than that Panasonic does. But I don't want to buy a second Panasonic when I've got a perfectly good iron right here. And I usually stand my iron up anyway, but I was looking at it this morning and going, which way is that supposed to go? So I'm not a dingbat, I just thought, oh, I hope you get in your sewing room by Sunday. And I definitely feel for you with arthritis in your back. Having to watch videos and clean to stay awake today. Well, I got my fingers crossed for you that the guy comes and gets it all done and then you can get in your sewing room and that pain goes away. Oh, there's nothing like arthritis pain, because you never know if it's gonna hang out and stick or if it's just gonna be a temporary thing. You know what I mean? When my left arm was hurting so bad last week, I was like, I pray this one isn't the one that sticks because I couldn't move my arm. I literally I sat here, I have a wooden bench that my sewing machine's on and my laptop. And I literally caught my hand between the quilt and the wooden bench and leaned out to hold my hand because even moving my elbow a little bit hurt. And at one point I was even considering, is this a heart attack? And I just don't realize it. Yeah, that's mega pain. Mega pain. And I've been mostly in a flare for about 3 weeks. I'm finally starting. Yeah, exactly, Sylvia. But when the pain moves around, like if it goes from one part of your back to another, just, yeah. Well, I do a lot of hot baths with Epsom salts, Deborah, and I take a lot of turmeric. Yeah. Hot baths seem to help. They don't always, but if it's like I can feel that something's going to hurt my shoulder or my knee, if I can get in the tub with Epsom salts really fast, sometimes I can head it off at the pass. Sometimes I can't. And if it's my arm or my knee, it's really hard to get in the tub and get out just to soak. I have hot pads. I have a heated blanket. I have salon pads. Those methylated pads are the ones that have lidocaine in them. I use those a lot. And I have Voltaren, which I just found out has a generic. But you can't use Voltaren on your back, I don't think. Yeah, that's exactly what I say is they take turns. Yeah, we have a garden tub, Sylvia, which is probably twice the size and kind of rounded of a regular bathtub. And it's not ceramic, it's plastic. And I have lots of those anti-skid strips on the bottom of it. Yeah, you definitely want to think about what pain reliever you're using, Colleen, because I thought I had, well, I do have carpal tunnel, but when it would get really bad, I used to use a mega dose of ibuprofen for the inflammation, but I can't do that anymore. I can't even take ibuprofen now. And Tylenol doesn't do a whole lot for the pain. I'm taking a lot of Robaxin, which is methocarbamol. I don't know what they call it in other countries. We have a, of course, it wants to mess with me, right? Yeah. Let's see if it's got caught up yet. I take meds for high blood pressure too, Deborah. Mine's borderline, so I try to avoid both of them. Yeah, some of the meds that they've given me have made things worse. I had to have a bowel resection last year, and I absolutely 100% blame methotrexate. Hasn't come back yet, Colleen? I know naproxen's a different medication, but it's audio and video are out of sync. Well, here, I'll cover my face so you can't tell that it's out of sync. How's that, Trace? Does that work better? Yeah. What I was saying is they gave me methotrexate last year for the arthritis to try to calm the inflammation down. And I ended up having surgery in August to have 24 inches of bowel removed. It perforated. It works. So it works for you. Okay, we'll do this then. So that they seem to match up for you. It's like watching a kung fu movie, right? Hey, Lois, how are you? Deborah, I lost 110 pounds and was doing really good. And then I got sepsis in 2017. And it I wasn't allowed to lift anything over 5 pounds for more than 6 months. It packed it back on, and I have not been able to get it back off yet. A bad kung fu movie. Yeah, methotrexate is bad stuff, Sylvia. I agree. And they've wanted to switch me to a couple of other meds, and I'm just like, you know what? The Plaquenil is keeping me out of the most major flares. Back before I started taking it, it would literally be today would be my right knee, tomorrow would be my left, the next day would be a shoulder and an elbow, then the neck and the shoulder would join everything else. And the Plaquenil seems to have gotten it to, it's milder. It's not completely pain free. It hasn't stopped all the flares, but two things help. One is avoiding as much stress as possible. So I try to do that. And two is avoiding as much stress as possible. No, the baths help. Baths and avoiding stress, just trying to keep everything down to an even keel. Even happy stuff can set it off. Like the grandkids are coming to visit and I get to see them. Well, when the grandkids are here, I want to hold the babies and love on them and pick them up and play. And yeah, that causes flares too. So It's not just bad stress, it's good stress too. Yeah, I do some of those too, Deborah. Yeah, well, I basically am. There's not much I can go do on a regular, even planning doctor's appointments is interesting because, you know, if I plan a doctor's appointment, I have one in January. I already warned her, sometimes I can't walk up and down my stairs. So she told me, she said, you can convert it to a televisit once. And I said, okay, I can do that. But yeah, I do a lot of the fidgety stuff. I think YouTube is messing with everybody today, Lori. How are you? I want a meatloaf sandwich. I got to cook some lunch when I get off of here. There was something I was going to say. Working at the post office is tough. That's a high stress job just by itself. Oh, I know what I wanted to say. Sylvia is opening an Etsy shop. You guys want to keep an eye out for that. She's going to be doing her FPP patterns for sale. So I'm waiting for Sylvia to get that up and running. Looking forward to it. Yeah, YouTube's messed with me. This is my third try, Lori. Oh, Lois, you got a day off. Awesome. That is awesome. So are you using your Martelli? How do you like it, Lois? I have two. Obviously, I like mine. The post office is shorthanded. Yeah, I think that's possibly deliberate by the person running it. They haven't removed DeJoy yet, have they? Yeah, dentist appointments aren't fun. Hopefully it was just a cleaning, so you're not walking around half numb. Oh, good. I'm glad you love it. I love mine, but the other person that I gave one to said she cut herself on it, but I was like, well, I don't know how you managed that, but okay. But I'm glad that you love it. That it makes a huge difference for me. Being able to hold it, being able to hold it like this just is so much easier on my hand than trying to grip around a rotary cutter. It makes a huge, huge, huge difference. Bye, Sylvia. You have a great day. I can't wait to get your Etsy shop open. I'm going to be telling everybody about it, so you have to get it open sooner rather than later. Deborah, I believe that 100%. I think hubby's job is at the same point, at attrition. If somebody leaves, they're not going to replace them. And one of his coworkers had a bad, okay, Sylvia, one of his coworkers had a bad motorcycle accident and is still in the hospital, but I guess is working. They can work remote anyway, so not a huge difference. Yep, we do love you, Sylvia. Can't wait, can't wait. Our mail lady is, I don't know how old she is, but she's fairly ancient. Solid gray hair. She walks like an elderly person. You know how elderly people slow down and shuffle a bit? She walks like that. She's still delivering. I don't know if it's because the retirement stinks or because she just likes to keep her hands busy, but she's up there. Okay, Colleen, that's fine. Hubby's more important. So Deborah, do you know if it's osteo or rheumatoid that you have in your back? Oh, Lois, thank goodness it was just a cleaning. That's good. I need to go see a dentist. I'm so scared of them. The last time I went in to get my teeth cleaned, he was like, "Oh, we're going to have to do your mouth in quadrants and numb a quarter of your mouth at a time." And I'm like, so instead of coming in once, I got to come in 4 times to get my teeth cleaned. That just didn't make sense to me. But then I heard him try to sell the same service to 2 or 3 different people. And I was like, oh, he just wants to pay for the latest tech. So I do need to make an appointment, but I don't want to go back to him. Not high on my list. So Lois, what are you working on sewing wise today? They're blood tests usually, right, Deborah? You don't have to have any invasive. This is what I'm working on today. It's another one of those time machine quilts. I'm piecing these blocks together, trying to get them all ironed up. Yeah, it's always nice to get to visit. Um, project bags for, I didn't know you had an Etsy shop. Did you send me a link to that, Lois? I'm always down to look at somebody's project bags and their Etsy shop. I probably won't buy any project bags because I make them myself, but awesome, awesome, awesome. I definitely have to check that out. Mine are modeled off the ones Teresa Louise made, but I used some extra blocks that I had and just made them. This one holds my pineapple rulers. And then I put the completed blocks, let's see if you can see that, down inside here. These are just the ones I make. I do pineapple blocks. Yeah, please do, Lois. I do pineapple blocks when I'm kind of lost my sewing mojo and just want to sew. So I've got a little project bag for them. And then I've got the Farm Girl Vintage back there. And I'm trying not to start any more projects until I finish what I've got. I've got to finish my chicken salad. I've been off that one. The idea for using an orphan block for the back of it may have come from Laura Lynn. I have to think about that one, Deborah. But I know that I started making them because Teresa Louise made a couple. She made hers for embroidery and cross stitch stuff. And I don't embroider or cross stitch. Hand sewing is not something I can do. So yay. I got a text message from somebody. They're happy about things being done by workmen. Hey, Kim. Yeah, vinyl is easier than you think. As long as you don't have to rip it out, then it's a pain. Oh, but Teresa Louise was making hers for embroidery and cross stitch. I don't do hand sewing anymore. It's not something that's my hands will let me do. So I made some for various projects that I've got going, but I don't want to make any more projects or start any. Colleen just left to talk to hubby, Kim. So she may not answer you back. But my girl Kim is here, guys. Hit exclamation point Kim to see what I think about her. She is the undisputed queen of the troll hunters. Are you getting better service now, Kim? There's Miss Trace. But I just figured I'd chit chat. I did a little sewing. Got my machine cleaned. Well, eyesight never, I don't know. I guess if I can't see my mistakes, that's okay. Right? With free motion quilting anyway, it's like, yeah. Oh, great. I'm glad, Kim. Yeah, you were waiting when I was still offline trying to figure out how to get this thing back up and running, Tracy. That's awesome, Kim. I'm glad it's working. She's had a minute with that. Yeah, Laura Lynn does beautiful cross stitch, but it's not high on my list of things that I can do. I used to do it a lot. I cross stitched some fairly detailed stuff, but not huge projects. Tracy, now, on the other hand, takes on really ambitious cross stitch that are going to take her years, and she doesn't care. Thankfully, that iron's not plugged in. I like free motion quilting. I definitely do. Do you have gloves that you use when you free motion, Deborah? I was looking over here to see if mine were in here, but they're not. They're in the other room. I have a pair of arthritis gloves that turn out to be really great for free motion. I have not worked with cork. I have worked with vinyl. I've worked with plastic. Well, hello, Stephanie. How are you today? Nice, Kim. Very nice. Kim's cable's working well. But no, I haven't done any cork. I've made a lot of bags, but not with cork. Tracy, you go for it. You're good at it. That's not in my skill set. Super Steph. She's in the house. How are you doing? You guys, did you have your retreat already, or is it coming right up, Stephanie? Yeah, cork is beautiful. I just haven't worked with any of it. I have a ton of vinyl, so I do a lot of work with vinyl. I ordered big rolls of it a couple of years ago, made a whole bunch of gifts out of it, and I like making wallets. Cork wallets, cool. What pattern are you going to use, Lois? Next week is your retreat. Awesome. And that's the one in Millersburg, is that right? Yeah, if you guys haven't checked out Together We Sew retreats with Stephanie and Yvette, you really should. I don't think I have the retreats in my bot, Stephanie, I'm sorry. But it looks like loads of fun. Looks like it would be super fun to go to one. Oh, Lois, there's your source. Oh, the retreats are in the bot. Thank you, Colleen. Yeah, I like the necessary clutch wallet, Lois. There's a mini and a regular size one. I like both of them. Washington State. Okay, sorry, Trying to send you to Pennsylvania instead of Washington. I hope that goes great for you, Stephanie, though. I really do. You guys should have a blast out there. Yeah, and Sylvia's getting ready to open an Etsy shop, which will be nice. She's going to sell her FPP patterns. Yeah, I like the mini NCW too. No problem at all, Stephanie. I meant to go to Yvette's live last night, but then I went to sleep. Sorry. I was thinking about it. I was like, yeah, and I was actually sitting there in the queue. And I looked over at my husband and I said, I got to go to bed right now. I was freezing. I was super sleepy and I went to bed instead of going to the live. Hers are always fun. Well, yours are always fun too, but there is a girl named Sonar, SEWGNAR. It's 2 words, Lois. She does a lot of cork wallets or cork sewing. She likes cork for some reason. And then Lauren Mormino for bags. I like Lauren Mormino at Mormino. And come on, Tracy. Seems legit. Tori, it seems legit. Do you know of one too, Stephanie? I know bags aren't your focus. You have bag videos. I mean, well, hello, Lisa. How are you today? Oh, I don't know that one. I'm doing great. I actually am just chit-chatting. I've been working on putting together a time machine quilt that I had in a baggie. So I'm going to put that together today and hopefully get that one done. Yone sewing, I don't know that one. And waiting on your live tomorrow, Lisa, because I like those blocks you're doing. I think I'm going to do them, but not until you get completely finished. And until I get some quilting, because I've got like 30 quilt tops I've got to finish. Yeah, Jessed Oakley Roots is good too on bags. But mostly chit-chatting, Lisa and Stephanie. I told myself I was going to sew, and you can see how much sewing I've got done, as in none. I need to get that tush done. Yeah, the time machine quilt from one of Donna Robertson's easy quilt books, her 3-yard quilts. I'll put a link in the description to the book so you can see which one I'm working out of. This one is one I had done for a project before with some other people. And I got ahead of myself when we were working on the project and did, oh, here, I don't have to put a link. I can show you the book. It's right here. This is the one I'm working out of. Let's see, get that over there where you can see it. But I had gotten ahead of myself when I was working on the project with the group, and I cut and sewed magic HSTs, all of my half square triangles, and that wasn't the brief for it. So I had to turn around and go back and restart. That's where the pink one came from. And since I had the other one all cut, I wanted to go ahead and get it done. I've got family up in the flood zone. Yes, Lisa is super talented. So is Miss Stephanie at Super Steph. Yeah, I got way ahead of myself, Stephanie. You can laugh at me if you want. But I want to get that one finished and then start digging in this box of 30 quilt tops. Oh, that's why I've got 30 quilt tops, Lisa. Is because I have all these 3-yard quilt books. They're from Fabric Cafe. I got some of the books from So Yeah, but most of them I've gotten off of Amazon. And I like the way Donna explains it. She's very clear on her cutting directions, and they also give you directions. Most of these are like lap size, the quilts are, but she gives good directions for how to turn it into a twin or a bigger quilt. So it's really good. And guys, you guys all need to say congratulations to Super Stuff. Super Stuff won first place, best in show for a quilt. I don't remember which quilt show it was at, Stephanie, but maybe you'll fill it. Yeah, because of the 3-yard quilt, Lisa. They're fast. You can do them in like a day. It doesn't take a super long time to do them. Not if you're doing the throw size. Now, if you wanted to expand it, but I mean, the only thing I don't like is that she does her HSTs like as you cut the diamonds and then put them together. And I prefer doing half square triangles in groups. So 2, 4, 8, 16, whatever the case may be. 8 is my favorite. Like this quilt required 72 of them. And I did, sorry, I didn't mean to hit the camera. And I did all of my HSTs first. And now I've got them, I don't even know, maybe I stole this idea from you, Lisa or Stephanie, but I've got them all sitting on a design board so that I can just chain piece them through. That's awesome, Kim. But I just want to get it all whipped out. Yeah. Yeah, Stephanie, that was a beautiful quilt. And I can't post the picture of the quilt in here. Let's see if I can find it on Facebook real quick. My phone is not moving fast, sorry. It should be. Deborah, I will preview as soon as this is done. If you don't mind if I show the picture, Stephanie, if I can get it to pull up. Let's see. Can you guys all see that? It's not a great picture, but yeah. Awesome job. Is that a pattern you wrote too, Stephanie? Phone pictures never go through well. Was that a picture, pattern that you wrote, Steph? It is a gorgeous quilt, isn't it? She is so talented. And I don't think that's the first time that one of Stephanie's quilts has, or her quilting has won awards. Didn't first place for Donna? Oh, it's not your pattern? Anyway, whether it is your pattern or not, it's still a beautiful quilt. You did a gorgeous job. Yeah, the garden archway, I watched that one. I just changed my cover photo on my YouTube. It's not Lisa's Happiness is Homemade Quilt anymore, but that's what was on mine yesterday. It's a Corey Yoder pattern. Okay. Yeah. I think Lisa did her Happiness is Homemade in reds and browns, and I did mine in blues and cream. First big quilt I ever made. First applique quilt I ever made. And it was cool. I had fun making it. And nobody gets it. I'm not giving that one away. It's mine. Well, I might give it to my daughter-in-law, but that would be the only person who would get it. They can do what they want with it after I'm gone, but right now it's mine. I'm keeping it. I want to make another one actually, because I've learned a lot about doing applique since I did that one. But the Happiness is Handmade that I made out of my scrap bin. So I have to talk to Lisa. If I'm going to do that, I need to do it on, yeah, I kept mine. It was a lot of work. It was fun, but it was a lot of work. I would make another one as a series, but I'd have to talk to Lisa first. So I may have to do that offline. She has a whole series of videos about it, and she's got the pattern available in her Etsy shop too. Oh no, your Jagged X quilt is yours. Tracy did, that's awesome. All hand embroidered and all sewn by you. Yeah, that's awesome. I kept mine. And Lisa right now is working on an applique quilt with puppies and flowers and dragonflies and butterflies. That's the one that she's doing on Fridays. And I'm waiting for her to finish it so then I can sit down and make them all at once. I'm terrible. I cannot start and do it and then wait a week. I like doing all of them. I like sitting down and doing the whole thing at once. Yeah, I like doing mug rugs too. Lois, you have a great day. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. Ah, I hope the Nightbot's helping some, but you're faster than the Nightbot, Kim. Yeah, I'm amazed by how much talent is out there, Tracy. Everybody is so talented. And every time I turn around, there's like something else that I'm like, wow, I can't do that. Sylvia with her foundation paper piecing, and then she just whips out patterns like there's nothing to it. Lisa's artwork is just awesome. And Stephanie writes patterns like there's no tomorrow. I don't get that. I'm not that talented, but I can look at a quilt, a pieced quilt usually. Yeah, waiting a week in between is hard. But I can usually look at a pieced quilt and see the pattern that they used to make it. Jenny Doan did one a while back though that, bye Stephanie, you have a great day. Thank you for coming and congratulations again. Jenny Down did one a while back. Mountain Sunshine, I think maybe was the name of it. Yeah, Mountain something. I don't have it over my quilt rack behind me. But that one, it took me a couple of tries to get the pattern, but I made that one just from watching a video. And I like the secondary pattern. The secondary pattern is a big square with like a 4-pointed star in it, but it's, you actually make the other part of the block as the block, and that square is the second part of it. That one took me some time to do. I think it took like 4 days of sewing. And then when I sat down to piece it, I had to really pay attention because it was all like snowball blocks is what it looked like. That wasn't what it was made from, but that's what it looked like. Had snowballs going out through those center patterns. So, but yeah, there's always something new to learn out here and different ways of teaching it. Yeah. Are you waiting a weekend between, Lisa, just like we are? Oh, I haven't done a Bonnie Hunter. Colleen's working on a Pat Sloan. Bonnie Hunter is Lori at Quilting in the Country, who's not doing videos right this minute. She's got some family stuff going on, but she has done those Bonnie Hunter mystery quilts and she loves Bonnie Hunter, Lisa. So you might want to, I think she and her sister are both working on the current one. So you might want to check her out and see what she says, because that's her thing. Bonnie Hunter is like her girl. That's who she learned from. Me, I learned from, this chick named Lisa and a few other people around YouTube. I would have never thought to print out a pattern and paint it and then turn that into any kind of quilt or wall hanging. But this chick named Lisa kind of encouraged me to do that. If you guys don't follow Lisa, this is her pattern. This was a mystery quilt, Kim. This was over the course of 9 weeks, Lisa. You should, Lisa. I think you should anyway. Not that my opinion counts for anything. I have so many quilts up there. But quilts are getting ready to get cleaned out because I'm going to ship a box to Kentucky. Yeah, you should definitely do one if you're interested in that. Those 2 I just showed were done as mysteries. You got like 5 blocks a week. Aren't they pretty, Kim? And I used different colors, for the most part. But yeah, I had a blast. Let's see. This one I did week by week and then put it all together at the end. And I've got my little hanging sleeve on the back so I can hang it up. And then once the whole pattern was out, I drew the pattern onto muslin and painted it as one whole piece. And then I quilted it. And yeah, I think they're beautiful. And I'm not bragging on myself. I'm actually bragging on Lisa because this is her pattern. And there's another one that I did that's not laying here. That was a street light in the same stained glass look. So I think those are available in her Etsy shop. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, I've been following Lisa for a long time. She has some great stuff. It's gotten me through having to readjust how I do everything as far as life goes. So that makes a huge difference. And Lisa is so nice. She's just super nice. Yeah, those are acrylics, Kim. Just acrylic paint on fabric. They're not ever supposed to be washed. I did acrylics, and then I did, instead of painting the black, I did fabric markers. Am I frozen on you guys? Yes, Tracy, she is. Lisa's probably over there going, oh, shucks, because that's who she is. Yeah, did you do the stained glass too? I want to do the hummingbird, but I haven't sat down and take that pattern together yet, and I want to do that one applique. Yes, you are doing stained glass cross stitch. And is your roommate still out of town for work, Tracy? I know you wear headphones, but she's doing a special cross stitch for him. I'm trying to say it softly just in case. Oh, thank you, Lisa. I had fun doing them. You know, they're something different that you can sit down and do. And even when I love to, here's my guilty pleasure that I'm really terrible at. You can, let's see if I can move this. I paint, but I stink at it. Can you see? And then this is the guilty pleasure. This is the one that, this is a paint by number. This one's not completely finished. I still need to go back through and do some touch-ups on it, but it's almost completely done. Oh, Lisa. Let's see, Tracy, do I have any pictures of that? She's doing one right now for Disney princesses, Lisa, that is absolutely gorgeous. Never say you stink of anything. Well, it's not my best work. How's that? But I have fun with it, and that's what you're supposed to do, is have fun with things. Let's see. Facebook Messenger. Did you send me a picture of that in Messenger? I'm always tooting somebody's horn. Thank you. I don't have a picture of your cross stitch. Yeah, I like doing the paint by number stuff. When I was a kid, I didn't have the patience for them. And now I do them and I let them dry and I put them away for a while. And then I go back and touch it up because I've learned that the little numbers will show through the lighter colors. And sometimes you just need to touch it up again. Yeah, just video chatting is showing progress, but it's gorgeous. And she's doing that black on black for the other one, for the roommates. Yeah, she's, oh, let's see. Do I have it on Practically Creative or do I have that in a picture? Let me look. I do have that one. She has got, do I just look for you in here? That's probably, Tracy is a woman of many talents. Let's see if I can pull just the one. Come on. That's all cross stitch. Focus, you silly camera. But Tracy also does bags. That's a duffel bag with all rainbow zippers. Hey, Colleen. And this is the Jagged X quilt. I know you can't see that, but she hand embroidered, if this comes up for me. She made the quilt, she hand embroidered everything. And all of those little squares have a book title embroidered in them. Is that right, Tracy? And she even hand embroidered her own tag for it. Yeah, she does amazing work. And Deborah, I approved you. It let me do it that time. She has more patience than anybody I know to be able to do that, Lisa. And that Japanese garden is huge. I don't know if you can see, but her hand is a little tiny thing off to the side of this great big thing. Yeah. So everybody's got talent at something. And Tracy has talent at all kinds of things. Oh, you're welcome, Deborah. Welcome to the group. I hope you'll post your pictures there too. I don't show them unless I know that you're okay with it. That's why I asked Stephanie before I showed hers. Yeah. I have the patience for handwork. I just don't have the ability for it anymore. But I like free motion quilting and I'm brave enough to try it. As long as I'm not doing show quilts. If I was doing show quilts, I probably wouldn't be doing them. I'm not that kind of quilter. Yeah, everybody has talent at something. Okay, Deborah. Actually, just a little bit, she and I have talked about her embroidery and cross stitch stuff. I've learned a lot from her, even though that's not something I do. I find it interesting to watch people do things that they're good at. There's a art conservationist who has a YouTube channel, Baumgartner Restoration. I think some of you watch him. I am not going to go take a painting apart, pull the canvas off the back or any of that, but I like watching him do it because he's so good at it. The undisputed queen of troll hunters. Yes, Kim, you are. So yeah, that's one of the things I like is watching people do that. Oh, okay. Thank you, Lisa. That'll be awesome. I'm sorry your lunch is gone, and I will see you on your live. I'm actually got it on my schedule to come see. But thank you for the offer. You have a great day. My grandma made quilts, but she made like whole cloth quilts. And I have some of her quilts, Deborah. It's like having a hug. Yep. I'm looking forward to that. I watch a gal, my sewing room, and she's been doing some hand embroidery lately, simple stuff that I might actually be able to do if I could thread a needle. That's the thing for me, is being able to thread the needles. So yeah, it's always nice getting to see other people, see what they're doing, see what you're doing, show yours off. I have to sew this quilt, but I can do that in a little bit. I'm having fun chatting with you guys. I mean, I don't know if you guys want, I can sew and you can watch, but I'm not talented enough yet to sew and keep up with chat. I don't have that ability. Awesome, Deborah. I made pajamas and stuff like that for my kids, and I've made vests for the grandkids, but I'm too scattered to do one thing at a time. I like to do bags, and I like to quilt, and I like to, sew clothes, and I like to crochet. Crochet I can do. The cross stitch and stuff isn't in my wheelhouse, but I can crochet. I can't do it for long periods of time anymore, but I can crochet, and I'll do little crocheted like makeup remover pads or scrubbies. That's what I used to use plastic bags for. Okay, Tracy. Um, we'll see. Wayne is dealing with the aftermath of the raccoon attack, so I may have to go help with a little bit with that. And I've got to cook something because we haven't cooked anything yet today. So once I get those two things done, then we'll go from there. We've both been kind of snacky, and I need to cook some real food. Uh, have you tried using your ironing board to help with that, Colleen? Or do you have a big table you can use? And I call it the same thing, Frankensteining batting. I haven't tried beading. I've seen beads for it, but yeah. Yeah, anything to keep your hands busy. Deborah, if you haven't checked out my sewing room, you really should. Not my sewing channel, but my sewing room. Her name is Beth. She does a little bit of everything. And she says, "Oh, I'm always making something." She does things with thrift store items and her husband's old work shirts and all kinds of stuff. I always get a new idea from her. Okay, guys. Well, I don't even know how long I've been on here because it just says 10 minutes ago on the bottom of my screen. You think it was the live in the chair this morning? Oh, I'm sorry about that. But I'm going to say goodbye so I can go cook something for us to eat. I just realized he's on lunch, and I probably won't be back on live today, but I may be in somebody else's chat. Been kind of laying low because of flares and crazy stuff and family stuff. Thank you. I need to put her in my bot. And I've got to change your name in my bot, Colleen. All right, guys, you all have a great day. I appreciate you coming and watching and hanging out with me. It was nice and pleasant and fun. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And I will see you guys. I'm sure I'll have a video up sometime in the next day or so. And I will see you guys later, either over the weekend or Monday. Bye, guys. Have